Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris Phelps, and my co-host, I'm very good friend, he's Mr. Dave Horrocks.
Hi there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love Island UK, Season 8, Episode 25. Now, Chris, where would you like to start today?
Well, Dave, we got a day afternoon with all the Highlanders either. They can only be, was it? There can only be, no.
There can be only one.
That's it, there you go. The Dave Horrocks Lambert impression, so good. So I only did that on purpose. I love it when you do that impression. No, they did it a day afternoon, not speed date. Everyone's talking to each other and it was a Danish, Dave. It looks like they've been to fucking Costco and just got a tray of Danish cakes. There wasn't anything else. Everyone's chatting away and all that. And then obviously, I've got to say, right, so I'm not calling myself out. And obviously, we've exhausted and I've got so much smugness over the last couple of days because of Davide and Ekin-Su. I'm not going to go down that route. But it's a bit fucking suspect, Dave. Even though my, radar was on point, Ekin-Su has just turned into this absolute prim and proper, she looks like she's about to say to Davide, I think we should settle down and have 2.4 children. Her whole personality has changed completely this last couple of episodes, especially tonight's episode. I'm not buying it, Dave. I think there's something there. Davide really likes her and he's smiling, giggling, everything. And if it's reciprocated, I want them to go as far as they can go. I think it's between them two and Dami and India now. How the hell have we come to this stage in the show? I do not know, because obviously I don't like Luca. I don't want him and Gemma to win just because of Luca. But I don't know. There's just something off. And Casa Amor, as we can see, is coming. I don't know how that... She's literally changed personality in the space of 2 episodes, which is unbelievable.
Well, how would you say she's changed?
I think the way she's approaching Davide, I mean, she's speaking like an adult, like I was silly. I want, I want someone, I want you to believe me, I want you to trust in me and everything. But whereas before, it was all this big act. Now, whether this is the real Ekin-Su and she's got what she wants and she realised what stupid mistake she made with Jay, I'm all for that. And if it's genuine, brilliant. Casa Amor will definitely test both of them. So we'll see if Davide is interested, because obviously he is playing, too cool for school at the moment. But I don't know, Dave. It just seems off to me, because what we've seen for nearly 3 weeks is not the Ekin-Su we've seen on tonight's episode. But she was more, for me, she was more likable tonight, because she wasn't just being, just pissing about all the time, which has been great fun and obviously ridiculous. She just... To be fair, I'm not used to acting like an adult, if I'm being honest, Dave, because that's how she was speaking to Davide.
So I don't see it that way. I don't see how she was as being wildly inconsistent with her character. What we saw when she first came in was that she was a lot more mature than, a lot of the other girls that were already there. And you remember, she had that chat with Luca, gave him some really good advice. She was definitely, in overdrive in terms of flirting, with, I think it was Liam initially, wasn't it? And then, she was trying to get to know everyone and being very flirtatious and everything. And then after the Davide couple up, and they'd been together for a while and she was stirring a little bit everywhere, it did kind of go off the rails a little bit with the whole sneaking around with Jay thing. But for me, it's now back to, in that setting, when she's on like a one-on-one date, then it's more like the Ekin-Su that kind of first came in at the start. So I just don't see it that she's kind of that wildly different.
Interesting, Dave. But, obviously, people are going to call you out because they know how accurate my predictions have been, Dave. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know why you're even doubting me.
I'll tell you what, you say about Davide, right? All I see is that, he just mercilessly takes the piss out of her most of the time. And so, he's even, when he came back, he was, clear with the guys, she kissed me. Now, he didn't exactly try to beat her off with a stick kind of thing, but, he is making no effort whatsoever. She is having to make all the moves. And I still, the way he takes the piss out of her, like in a kind of passive aggressive way, I still remain to be convinced that they'll genuinely end up together.
Dave, you are clutching any straw that you can, my friend.
You just wait. You've had your little moment, right? You've even had the song, the theme tune for the radar, but I'm still not convinced.
Right.
I will die on that hill.
I know you will, because you don't want to be proven wrong. You know
they'll be married 5 years down the line. And I'm just like, it's going to happen soon. They're going to split up.
Yeah, you're going to be there with the Chandler meme. I knew it, 6 months down the line when they've exhausted every bit of financial gain they can get from Love Island. But Dave, got to say, Gemma and Luca get picked to go in the Hideaway. Gemma, obviously she's 19, Dave, but she looked stunning, didn't she? She really made the effort. She really looked really pretty, great. The whole thing, the girls backed her up, everything. Fucking Luca's there in his H&M fucking £20 fucking hoodie and a pair of white skiddy fucking undies on, Dave. And he's there coming in with his flip-flops like, all right, love, come with me. It's like, make a fucking effort, mate. Get some sort of fireman's outfit on. Get your fucking, you get your G-string on for something. Put a pair of socks down there. Do something. Make the effort. Oil yourself up, you fucker. No, Dave, he looks like he's just fucking on an all-inclusive fucking holiday. And he's there like, just got up because he's got an hangover. I was like, come on. She's making an effort here. I know it's always, unfortunately, the ladies who have to make the effort with these sort of things, Dave. Do you know what I mean? And Sam was going to absolutely nail me now, Dave, because I've probably got boxers on with about 15 holes in them when she's got some negligee on or whatever.
Just put some roll-on deodorant.
Yeah,
roll-on
deodorant, bit of aftershave in my boxers or whatever. You never know about it. But it just looks ridiculous, doesn't it? She's there looking like some sort of Victoria's Secrets model, and there's fucking him looking like he stepped out of Primark. It's just, it never, ever translates. And I'm saying that, I'm calling myself out, because us blokes don't really do any effort, do we, when it comes to things like that, Dave? So, and maybe I'm just calling men out in general, everybody, you know what I mean, Dave? So I don't know, but it just looks stupid. He's just come off the beach, and then she's there looking absolutely stunning. But I'm glad she stuck to her guns, Dave, because she did say afterwards when they had the debrief with the girls, there wasn't a lot going on. I think he was gutted. I think he was absolutely devastated, like probably most men would be. But she did stick to the boundaries of the relationship.
My word, we went on a meander there. So are you calling Luca out or not?
Yes.
Because when you started to say that, I was thinking, well, he's just consistent with every other bloke that we've seen in the Hideaway, and it's just
in real life.
Unless you go full on fireman's outfit, like you say, you're not. There is no equivalent. That you can, whatever you put on, it's going to look ridiculous. There's no equivalent where you can put on and it's like, oh, that genuinely looks sexy. But I have to say, Chris, and not to be fucking prudish about it, but I didn't like it. Well, I didn't like two things. When someone started shouting out like Davide and Ekinsu first, I'm like, fuck off. The fucking producers, you lot, you're just fucking desperate to prove this radar prediction right. But fortunately, it wasn't them. But then when they said like Gemma and Luca, I'm like, I don't need to see this. I just can't get over the fact that she's fucking 19 and only just 19 at that. And so I was quite happy, to be honest, that it was a bit PG. Happier than Luca was, I'm sure. But, I just, especially in that setting, I do think, we should have more of an age limit, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, she's only a kid, isn't she, really, Dave? So she's only 19, isn't she?
Yeah.
I think she's
just 19. I think her birthday was in May or something.
Yeah. So there's a big difference. How was Luke about? Well, he's supposed to be 23, but we know
23 apparently.
We know that's fucking bullshit, don't we? But yeah, okay, Luca Biff. Who fucking plays with fish, Dave? But there you go. Or something like that, whatever he said.
Fish,
but no, yeah. I don't know. It is, I agree. And it is weird. Imagine you're going for a bit of action, Dave, with your partner. And then all your mates are there. But, her mates, you're like, whoa, yeah, get in there. You'd be like, fuck off, you know what I mean? But on this, they just did it. Love Island, they encourage it, don't they? You know what I mean? It is fucking bizarre. Like, I know it's part of the show, but I must admit, it's the one time watching it, and I know her dad's famous and all that stuff, but it is the one time that I was thinking, fuck me, I bet Paul Michael Owen and his wife are sat there like, oh my God, like any of the other contestants, not just them because she's famous, but other people have been in there like Tasha and all that. And I always think, oh my God, I bet the parents are so proud.
It's hard, isn't it? Because obviously we're being parents, we just, you can't switch that perspective off. No. And I went straight to Michael Owen's Twitter to see if he was tweeting anything. He didn't, which I think is the best thing to do, to be honest.
Yeah, it is, to be fair. And I think as well, Dave, like they're together and they're going to ride this storm out, them two together, whatever. No, ride the storm out, we'll ride the show out together. That's it. And then I think Jackson Page had more action than Luca and Gemma by the looks of it, Dave. There was definitely some genetic. Fucking hell. So bad. Genetic jackhammering going on with her. They were definitely testing them springs out on that bed, Dave. And the thing was, it was one of the memory foam ones that hasn't even got springs, so I don't know what they were practicing, but there you go. Go on. No, I don't know what to say to that. You know, they're obviously gone full steam ahead, haven't they, in terms of their physical relationship? Yes, they have, Dave. Now, Dave, I'm going to throw something out there. I'm going to throw a reality radar prediction out there, and it's going to be the craziest prediction that I've done, and one of the ones where I honestly think everyone's going to come at me. It will actually be full on Jon Snow. So I'm going to throw it out there. Are you ready for this? In episode, I
don't think so. But
no, I don't think anybody is. Episode 26 of Love Island, season 8. We are going to get our first proposal, Dave, between a couple. I think that Luca Bish, the man who eats fish or whatever he does or touches fish, he is going to not read the room and he is going to propose to Gemma. We're not going to get Hunt the Slipper, boyfriend, girlfriend. We might get that and they're going to become boyfriend and girlfriend and it's going to be absolutely nauseating. But I honestly think that he is going to be the first one ever because it will get them so much money because he's an absolute fame-hungry blagger who's just after chasing after and getting with influencers, as we've seen previously on some of this stuff we've read. I honestly think he's the one. So Reality Radar on the 1st of July, 2022. This is my prediction. I am happy to take pelters for this, but by the end of the show, they will be engaged, Dave.
You know, I said Ekin-Su and Davide, I'll give them a 1% chance of actually getting back together, right? On that prediction, I'll give you a 0.1% chance.
Come on, Dave.
There is no way. The only thing these guys do is they add additional layers into how formal a relationship is. So, you know, there's like getting together, sleeping in the same bed. There's going exclusive. There is becoming boyfriend and girlfriend. You know, there's all these different layers. Whereas in the real world, it's just like, well, you start going out, you're de facto boyfriend and girlfriend or whatever combination it is. So I just can't see it. Even though, so my prediction is more that Gemma, her head is not turned in Casa Amor, but she'll have some conversation at some point with someone and it'll be replayed back or in some way. I don't know if it'll be like last year, but Luca will get to know about this conversation, take it completely out of context, and just it will create drama out of it.
We will see, Dave. We will see. 0.01%.
No, you've added an extra decimal point in there, 0.1.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're never going to make a bookie, Dave, anyway. But anyway, Davide and Ekin-Su did go on a date. They went on a wine, grape crunching, standing, whatever you call it, a date. She did sneak into the same bucket as him, Dave, and they had a little bit of a kiss there. So that's all coming
as I
nice.
Mentioned before, Chris, she kissed him.
She did, Dave, but that's not the point. And in the context of the show, it's just nice to see. It's nice to see such a wonderful couple together, Dave. But there you go. I know I'm such a fucking bellend. It's fine, Dave. You don't have to say anything, okay? You don't have to say anything. So, Dave, we've had an email.
Nice.
Now, obviously, one of our latest Patreons has got a really nice name, and I have absolutely said it wrong every time, Dave. So I think she says in the email, I'm going to read it out. So this is from our new friend Maggie, Dave, because I have got it wrong so many times with her name. She said, "Hi, Chris and Dave. I've been listening to your podcast from a few years ago. 100% times better than the official Love Island podcast. The morning after, they sugarcoat lots, which they do. I have to say thank you for all the entertainment on my way back from work driving. It's a pleasure to have a laugh with you guys. Chris, the reality radar getting better this week. Let's see next week. Loving the logo. So thank you. And we'll talk about that in a second. I'm Venezuelan, Italian, but I live in Bristol, UK. You have said my name right last night. My friends here in the UK call me Maggie. So we're going with Maggie from now on. So thank you, Maggie. Even my partner. Please never change. You are both amazing. Kind regards, Maggie Stefano. So thank you, Maggie. And thank you for correcting me on your name and giving me a bit of a cop-out when I read out your name on our Patreon. So what a great email, Dave. That's
awesome. What a great way to get us out of a spot there.
Me especially. So bad. But Dave, we have a bit of news, don't we, my friend?
We do. So we have been teasing that the T-shirts will be out for probably about 3 months now.
All right. It's the merchandising director. I know.
We did put together. So we settled on a design that we were happy with. It was marginally better than the redesigned logo. If you saw that on our Facebook page. So we're actually happy with this one, and we set up the US store. So it depends. We're not going to print them off and like distribute them and everything. We'll just set the designs up in individual stores. So we'll set one up in the US, one in the kind of UK and Ireland area, and then look to do one in Australia as well. So just choose the store that's nearest to you, and I'll try and pull all the links together. Once we've got all the stores set up and everything, you just go to the one that's nearest to you if you want to buy a T-shirt. Or, they've got all sorts on there, Chris. Baseball caps, cups, mugs. So whatever tickles your fancy.
Yes. And it's really good that people want these things. And we've already had some sales, Dave, haven't we? So we want to see the T-shirts, guys, if you are on our Facebook or you're one of our patrons on Discord or on Twitter, let's show the T-shirts because they are amazing. We've just stuck to one design and it does say the reality radar. So it does say Chris and Dave as well.
We might do other designs and stuff and what have you, but we'll just start off with the simple one first.
Yeah, I've got a few in mind, but we're starting with one just to see if you guys, like it, buy it, and then we'll see, because we've got plenty of fun that I'm sure all these will be poking fun at me by the end of the series. So that's what it's all about. Absolutely brilliant.
Awesome.
So, as always, guys, big thank you to our Patreons. Get over to patreon.com/CDRealitycast. If you want to email us, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. And if you want to... what? No, do I know what I'm talking about, Dave? No, if you want to follow us on social media @CD Realitycast. I've only done this for about 1,000 times, but well done, Chris, as usual. Ever the professional. So our roll call of honour for today is Gavin, Maggie, Kristen, Zoe, Tom, Gillian, Michelle, Keith, Helen, Brianna, Neve, Noreen, Amy, Joanna, Helen, Libby, Katie, Dee, Joanna, Priscilla, Susan, Hennessy, Haley, Lauren, Lucky Little Green, and Kent Gustafson. And amazing support. And a massive, massive thanks to Joe Russell, who's also one of our patrons. Said Joanna before. That music video that she's put together, the music song that she put together is amazing. It's so good. And it's got so much feedback. It's even got a little thread on Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast on Facebook. It's even got its own little thing saying that it should be our theme song from now on. But I think Dave may leave the podcast if that does become our theme.
No, I think we should roll it out whenever a radar prediction hits, maybe.
So that'll be the one time then, Dave.
And what we were thinking about is just, I'll check in with Jo first that she's okay with it, but we might just upload that like it's its own episode. So if you wanted to go back and listen to it in all its glory, you can do.
And funny enough, Dave, I'll be listening to it every day. So our hits on that episode alone will be through the roof, my friend.
Awesome.
Good stuff, mate. So also just a quick note, Dave, our next episode is going to be slightly different, isn't it, this weekend? So we're going to do an episode covering tomorrow's episode, but there is a little bit of news why it'll be slightly different.
Is there? What are you talking about?
Well, I'm off to the British Grand Prix. So I'm setting off at daft o'clock. So I won't be available to record after Friday's episode like we normally do. So we're going to do a on-the-fly Chris driving down episode. So anything can happen. Hands-free, obviously. But yeah, it'll be a slightly different episode for tomorrow's show.
Yeah. Okay. I remember now.
You suggested it, weren't you?
Yeah, no, it's just lost track of days. Fucking hell, Chris, we're in the end of week 4 here.
No, that's true, mate. I apologise. But no, thank you, everyone. And I've loved all the stick and all the support I've got this week for the radar. It's been fantastic. So thank you so much, guys. And have a great weekend. It's going to be good fun again.
Awesome. Thank you very much, sir. And we'll speak to you on your way down to the Grand Prix tomorrow.
You will indeed. And as you do say, Dave, bye now.